Hola, mi Bisshhs, 'tis I, Cloyce, aka Manny Bish, over on Instagram, and today we are using I know this is late, okay, y'all, I know, the August flavor of the month from CN Designer Dips, and so this is the freebie that I got, Spellfire, when I did the purchase. So these are the colors. It is Antique Silver, Fleur, I don't know how to say that, but that's this one. And then Antique Garden and Determination is the colors. And I'm going to be using all four of them. I know. It's late. I've been in a funky headspace. I'm trying to get myself together and just do it. I figured better late than never. I'm sure plenty of people bought this, and maybe you need Manny ideas for the future or not. I don't know, but here we are. So I am going to be putting Fleur. I don't have, my tongue is, I don't know, not capable of the sound that it needs to make properly. I am putting this on my my ring finger, clearly, and my thumb. Those are the guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with me. Okay, those are the only two nails that I'm doing this on. And I am going to also, though, like, these colors are like so gorgeous right now for this time of year. Like, yeah, we're in fall, but it's still like, well, where I am, it's still warm, so it's like a mixture, the perfect mixture of like the end of summer with the like nice pretty light pink and like shimmeriness, and then the perfect mixture of like intro to fall with the green and the chunky glitter. I don't know, I really like these colors though, and this Manny, it just came out so good, even if it is late. I actually did this Manny when I got the dips. I just haven't done the voiceover for it. I've been, yeah, okay. So, anywho, we are just doing this, and I'm just knocking this color out, like, right away to get it out of here. I didn't want to do like one layer of each color and then go back for the second ones, because I didn't want glitter or shimmer, because there is some shimmer in the rest of them that is just, and I didn't want that just flying all over the place and getting into my jar of solid dip, and also potentially getting onto my nails. Now, you know, things happen. You get a wild glitter piece here and there anyways every once in a while, but I wanted to reduce the risk of that happening. So, after doing this, I'm going in with what I felt was the next not crazy shimmer or glitter, and that is this green, which is Determination, and Antique Garden, I believe, is the chunky glitter, and then Antique Silver is the shimmery white silver, if you will. So, yeah. This one, index finger only. That's all that's happening here. The other, my middle finger, which, of course, we'll get into, will be the chunky glitter, and my pinky will be the, shimmer, the white shimmer. And then we are going to do some glitter shimmer accents on my two pink nails. So for this part, I am going to do the pour over method for the first layer, and then for the second layer we're going to lay flat. I'm not dipping in on either of these layers. I do dip into chunky glitter probably more often than I do any other thing, but something about today, well, this video, filming it, I was like, you know what, let's do this like what would be considered the proper technique. So this is how I'm doing it. And if you're a beginner and you are just getting into chunky glitter, I do recommend doing it this way. It's just easier to control. So if you pour over first, you're going to get that good base. And I also am pressing down those glitters while the base is still a little tacky. That way you get those chunky glitters to stick down flat. Otherwise, if you just leave it hanging out, you might get something without pressing it down with your finger. You might get a glitter that's going to just stick straight out, and that is going to be when it dries and then you go to file and buff, that is going to be a pain. And it is going to, when you file it, the color, it's got a chance of like taking that color off, and then you just get this like dull silver situation because the glitters, the chunkiness, it's just like color coded, and the like base of the glitter is this silver. So I recommend definitely pushing those down, getting them flat. Always, always, always clear cap your glitters. So for the second layer, you'll see that I put the dip base on, and I went in and I laid my finger flat into the dip. I didn't dip it in or push it in. I just flipped my finger over, went in right there flat, and then pushed those glitters down again, cleaning around the cuticle. And so for my thumb, I just am taking out some of those chunky glitters. I just put a little stripe of dip base right down the middle of my nail where I wanted these to be. And I'm literally just lining up 3 glitters at the cuticle of my thumb. I mean, honestly, this is just, it's such an easy thing to do, to just elevate your mani if you want to. Like, I don't do this all the time because I do like a solid, like, colored nail, even with a bunch of other colors and glitters going on. But for this one, I was like, no, we need a little something extra for the thumb and the ring finger. So this was my easy, like, thing for the thumb. Just take out some of those chunky glitters. I tried to make sure each one was a different color from that glitter, and that was that. And I'm now using my scrubby brush. I'm going to be, I pressed down those glitters on my thumb as well. This silver antique situation is a very, very dense dip powder. So it's not going to be, the best way I can describe it is like, I don't want to say chunky because it's not chunky. It's so dense that it just sticks together with that glitter. So you have to be careful when you are dipping in because most dip powders go everywhere when you dip in because you're adding extraness into the jar and it's already full. But I was just surprised that this was as like dense as it is. I wasn't expecting that, but just because it is a dense dip powder, it does not mean that it is not good. This dip powder, I love the color payoff. It seemed a little sheer at first, totally fine by the second layer. You'll see that I took my ombre brush and I did a little bit of a sprinkle at the cuticle on my ring finger. And I am going to dip the remaining part of my ring finger into my clear dip powder just so I can get that base to dry. And then I am going to go back onto my ring finger and add chunky glitter from Antique Garden onto it just to like tie the whole thing together. And I honestly really love the way that this nail turned out because of adding those 2 glitters together. I don't know, they work really well together. Having that background of the shimmer situation and then going on top with the chunkies, it worked out beautifully. And with that though, I am like spreading out the chunky glitters, and I'm also adding a couple little small pieces in there, and also a little bit of the foil because there was foil in that glitter Antique Garden. So I'm just trying to like add a little a little bit of everything that I can from that dip onto this nail just to try and, mesh everything together. So, this was pretty much it. I knocked this mani out in like 40 minutes. Now, if you're a beginner, you're probably going to take more time than that. But for somebody who has been doing my own nails for so long, I was actually surprised that I did knock this out. Like, I was focused. I didn't have an idea going into this, but it like quickly came to me, and I was surprised that I didn't sit there longer staring at what I was doing, trying to figure out what to do. Today, like the day that I did this mani, my brain was working pretty well. It was after the fact that I kind of got into my weird brain funk and haven't been doing what I should have been doing, but I'm trying to get out of it. Just sometimes you just gotta like force yourself to just say, okay, come on, you gotta do it. It needs to get done. Get it together. Do it. You may not want to, but just do it to get yourself out of that funk. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. So let's just say a prayer for my brain funk and that I'll get out of it and get back to doing, because I love doing my nails. So I don't know. I haven't even done my nails in like 3 weeks. They've just been sad. And I don't know. I don't even know. So let's get me out of that situation. I still got Halloween videos to do. Usually by now I've already like kicked out 3 or 4 and we ain't even there. So it's a little worrisome. Anyways, I did clear cap all of these nails. Activate, file and buff. I've been not using my e-file recently. Like probably since like June. I don't think I've used my e-file really for filing my dip powder, like that part for shaping and stuff. I've been loving my hand file. Like, I don't know what, but I have been loving my hand file. So that's what I've been using, is just hand filing everything, and it's been coming out pretty good for me, if I say so. And yeah, so then we're just gonna activate again, wipe off that excess activator, go in with the dip top coat. Of course, I'm using my Mani Boss liquids. Of course, these are my go-to liquids, and I'm super pumped because they did say that they're coming out with low odor liquids. I am so pumped to try those. I can't wait until they come out with those. They were supposed to be out, I think, like at the end of August or something, but there was like a contamination issue and they didn't end up launching it, but they said that they would, keep it out on the Instagram and stuff posted, and I cannot wait to get a hold of those and try them, because I do get dip flu, but I would say with Mani Boss, with these ones, I don't get it as bad as like I did with Revel or some of the other dip liquids. So these are like my favorite ones, but for them to be even low odor, to have even less of a chance of getting dip flu, can't wait to try it. So these are my flavor of the month nails. I know, month late, almost 2 months late, from August. So August flavor of the month. If you have these dip powders, let me know what your favorite color is. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, Bisshhh!